Hellboy Army. Welcome to another video on the channel. This one's a big one. First time this FIFA, I've got a complete set of tactics ready for you boys, and it's in time for the first weekend league. I've played, like, how many games is it now? Let's have a look. 114, plus I've played about 30 to 40 friendlies. So I've played nearly 150 games. I've got a very good record in Rivals. I'm at nearly 2,300 skill rating. I've lost twice in Rivals. I think once was trying the 3-5-2, which unfortunately just didn't seem to work that well. It got countered too easily. I lost once last night. I've won like 65 games, lost once, drawn 6-7 in Rivals. And this is in Div 1. Obviously I have an insane team, but I've tried these tactics out in draft using the formation. I've had lots of people try the different parts of the tactics out with cheaper teams, and they said it's worked really well. If you're new around here, please subscribe to the channel right now. Every day, 6 PM UK. Last week or two, 7 PM UK as well. I've been putting out daily videos helping you guys get better at the game. Today, I've done a video about chemistry styles, how they work, proof that they work, how you should be using them in your team to make your team better. I've done a cheap weekend league teams that you should have 100k, 300k, 600k budget, and this one, the creme de la creme, to finish off the day of videos, the best tactics for weekend league. I show you how to play when you're winning, how to play when you're losing, how I start, and I give you a few different options based on how you might want to play. I've tried and tested these tactics out a lot. I think they're going to be amazing for you guys. So let's go into them. So the tactic that I start with is either the 4-2-3-1 or the 4-4-2. The defensive and attacking is basically whichever one I want to actually play in game. So like the balanced is literally this here. This is what I use for chemistry. So in game, CR7's not playing CDM. It's just for chemistry to help my team all be on 10 chemistry. You can see all of them except for Neymar and Alberto, because they're out of position, are going to be on full chem. So that's for chemistry. And then the 4-2-3-1, if you want a more balanced, possession-based, bit more of a defensive tactic, that's a bit more conservative, the 4-2-3-1 is probably for you. I'm not sure which one I prefer yet. I've also tried the 4-4-1 a bit, and you can use pretty similar tactics to these two. I like a mix of them. The 4-4-2 is probably a more fun tactic. It's a bit more attacking, more like to score more goals, but it's also a bit open without the 2 CDMs, so you have to bear that in mind and decide based on what you see of it, what you think. I'll show you some clips after I've actually shared the tactic with you, so you can see the formation tactic in game in Div 1 Rivals that I've been playing, and you can see what you think and which tactic you think is good for you. I'll show you the 4-2-3-1 first. This one might annoy people, but I'm here to help you guys. I'm trying to teach to get better at the game, and what I'm seeing is working. I go 1 depth. The 1 depth is because even on 1 depth, you don't sit that deep and you can still press on this game. If you don't play deep, you're just going to get absolutely messed up by the pace on this game. Pace is insane, and even when you mark the pace sometimes, they still glitch through you. So I'm playing 1 depth, 2 CDMs. It is very hard to break down, and this is going to be a formation and tactic that really helps you to defend. There's not many tactics I've seen that people are able to defend with that well in this game, and the 4-2-3-1 is one that I've been really good with for that. And quite low width. I just want to be compact and hard to break down. I don't go drop back because I think drop back is too negative and just invites too much pressure. And the AI attacking movement in this game is so much better that if you just leave them to have lots of time in drop back, you're going to get messed up by that. The offensive style, balanced, 5 width, 5 players in box. Don't really change a lot there. I find that works. It's more the instructions, I think, that affect the attacking, and the balanced play style is just better in general. The corners and free kicks I put on 1, because even on that, they still leave plenty of men up. The higher it goes, the more risky you are for a counter. This is how I set my team up in game. Out wide, you want lots of pace, so you want to use your chemistry styles to get as close to 99 pace as you can. CDMs, it's beneficial if they can attack a bit as well, but you can go for more defensive-minded ones like Kante, Sissoko, Valverde. And then strikers defense is pretty obvious what you want. The instructions, I have stay central, getting behind, stay forward on my striker. You could put target man, depending on how you want to play. Now that I'm putting Hunter on Ronaldo to make him have 99 pace, I'm using getting behind. Pele, I leave on default, but I put comeback on defense. That's one of the things about this formation. It's nowhere near as negative as last FIFA, but the comeback on defense does help you defend more. Get into the box, come back on defense on the outside cams. I put Renato on stay back while attacking and cover centre. He is pretty good at going forward, but I just want him to sit a bit deeper, and I let Zidane be on balanced attack because he's more than capable of doing that with the other 4 attackers. And Renato still can join in. You can use the 1-2s, creative runs to get him involved. And then the defense is all on stay back while attacking. It's just going to be a little bit more conservative in the defense because I just don't want to get counter-attacked. Let's look at the 4-4-2. The 4-4-2, I go 4-4. You might want to lower the depth. I think I might lower it a bit, but it's been working quite well for me, especially if you don't have as good a team as mine. I'd be lowering the depth. I have lots of width. So yeah, you can notice these are the 2 formations starting. I go balance, balance. I just find in a normal situation they're the best. Lots of width to stretch people in the 4-4-2. 5 players in box. I don't think you need too much on that. The formation, that's how I set up, similar to the 4-2-3-1. The instructions, stay central, getting behind, stay forward on the strikers. This is really good for counter-attacking. The 4-4-2 is an insane counter-attacking formation this year. Stay back on Renato Sanchez again, similar to the 4-2-3-1. Cover centre, balanced attack, cover centre on CR7, Zidane. Stay wide, getting behind, getting to the box on the left mid and right mid. You can put comeback on defense if you want to help defend counter attacks a bit more. I just find this is really good at counter attacking when they're on basic defensive support, but don't put them on stay forward because if they're on stay forward, you will really struggle to defend. Stay wide is nice because it takes their left back and right back out, assuming most people use a 4-back formation, and it opens up more space in the middle for the strikers. Then stay back on the defence. If I'm losing by a couple of goals or I'm losing by a goal late on, I go to my 4-4-2 ultra attacking. Team press and constant pressure is insane on this game, man. It needs nerfing. It's too strong. But whilst it's like that, I'm going to use it. Don't be that guy who's losing 3-0 and just sticks to his game plan, loses. Having a game plan, changing to different tactics is going to make a huge difference for you in weekend league. I was 3-0 down in a game last night and managed to bring it back to 4-3 in like, I think 15 minutes or something crazy. In the second half. Half time, switched to this, scored 4 goals in 50 minutes. It's so hard to deal with this. So many people struggle against this tactic that I just find it a bit too OP, but I'm going to use it. The 10 depth, constant pressure just means you overload them, you go straight arm. It is risky, and I'm going to do a video in the next week, probably the next few days even, about how to beat team press, how to get out of it, some tips for that. Lots of width so teams can't just play out wide. Fast build up I don't like, but in this I do, because when you win the ball high up the pitch, you play as bomb forward straight away, and it's really good for that. High width, still lots of players in the box and everyone forward because we just want lots of options. Same players, same instruction on the strikers, same on the left mid and right mid to stay forward, and we put cut inside because I just want them to get involved more, and the fullbacks are going to be out wide on join the attack and overlap, and then the centre mids get forward, get into the box on Zidane, stay on edge of the box, get forward on my more defensive minded one. You might want to put him on balanced attack, but for me I just want lots of options. Like I said, fullbacks join the attack overlap, and the centre backs I still want them back, so I don't want to literally have no one back. And then this tactic I go to if I see that they're team pressing me. You can see this when they're getting really aggressive, really hard to keep the ball against. A lot of the time people will do this either from the start, I'm seeing people do it, or if you're winning by a couple of goals, people might go to this. This is a good tactic to get out of it. Long ball makes players running behind a bit more. It's good for fast players, and it's a very good way of getting out of team press. 1-2s, through balls in behind. I do go drop back on this just because I don't want to press too much when they're on team press, because if I press and lose the ball in a bad position, they're going to really counter me. So I go drop back and have lots of men back behind the ball. Low depth, of course. High width to keep the ball. It's the second variation of the 4-2-3-1. It's just better at keeping the ball against people. It's got more width. And then the instructions: balanced, mixed attack, stay forward. I still want CR7 to be able to stay forward for counters. Come back on defense, stay on the edge of the box and Pele. Come back on defense, stay wide, getting behind. Getting behind and stay wide is important for the counter attacks and through balls to get out of the press. That's the left mid and right mid. Stay back and cover centre on the CDMs, and then stay back on all the defence. Those are the tactics. I've told you they're the situation you should use them in. Let me show you some of the some clips from the tactics in game and how it plays and how you should be using it. For the next set of clips, I'm going to show you some examples of the 4-2-3-1 in game, how it works, how you can defend with it, how I attack, some of the different patterns in it. Here is the first clip, boys. This is taken from me streaming. I was streaming Division Rivals last night. If you've never actually checked out my stream, you can see there top left, Zelonius 92. Make sure you check it out. It's a chance to interact with me live, ask me lots of questions, and join a great community I have over there on Twitch. Okay, so you can see here, one of the things I really like with the 4-2-3-1 is that it's just got these two CDMs that in front of this back four that stretch out there, they're an easy option to pass, pass, pass. And then from here, these guys can go there, can go there. It's so easy to dictate the play, keep the possession, but also initiate counter-attacks quick with the CDMs in this formation. So I really like it for that. You can see here how quickly it transitions from defence to attack. And now that the AI runs are so much better, it's made the formation a lot easier to use, because before it was such a good defensive formation and keeping the ball, but the attacking options were a bit limited at times. But now the runs in behind away, but you saw that from CR7, that was amazing. Neymar there actually makes a smart run, easy pass, peel off, nice goal. And even then we still had Kante there that I could have turned and passed back to if that guy wasn't there. But you see there, in about 10 seconds I've gone from one end of the pitch to the other. Okay, here's a second clip of a goal that we scored. This is one that I really liked because it used quite a lot of the team. We go backwards as well. One of the things that people don't do enough on FIFA, and I've noticed this a lot when I do my private coaching, when I analyse games for people as part of the Patreon, is they always force the ball forward. And when you play at one tempo and it's just fast forward all the time, it's a lot easier to defend against you. But in the 4-2-3-1, one of the things that it's really good for is that you have two CDMs that you can go backwards to and recycle possession with. So you see here, I've gone forwards to Mbappe. There's not really any options there. I can't really play it there. I could try dribble there, but he seems in a good position. So I just pick out Ballack. Ballack sits in this little pocket of space here. Nice pocket. Then from Ballack go back to Kante. Ballack made a nice little run there. And now I've still got the options to go backwards there. I've got my wingers, you can see they're making space. From here, CR7 again makes a great run. Nice little touch inside. CR7, by the way, best player I've used so far in the game. Feels unreal. The roulette there, nice little trick. And a nice near post finish. And that all started from going forwards, but then went back, recycled possession with the CDMs. The CDMs in this formation are key to use them to go backwards to keep the ball. Because if you do that, you can catch people out, because they won't just keep marking the through balls in behind, because they'll be worried that you're going to mix the play up a bit. Okay, this clip here, you can see we start on the edge of our own box. So recycle possession to the CDMs. I really like here, just watch it. I press L1. I pressed L1 and aimed it towards CR7. And look at the curved run that CR7 makes that way. Just watch how he goes. I wanted to play him in behind, but he didn't make it fully, but he still gave me a good option. And then I do it again. I do the 1-2 where I press LB and A to trigger a run with him. And then look at that curve run, even better this time. And this is what I really like. On the last year's game, the players wouldn't make these runs. But there what I did was I pressed LB and moved and aimed it towards Figo, and then moved the right stick up. So Figo makes this run up there. And then Figo uses intelligence, goes into the gap, which is why the AI attacking so much better this year. They actually move into space, and with the front four and the 4-2-3-1, it's so much better because you have four intelligent AI making good runs, and then he's worried here that I'm just going to take a touch and shoot there. I use a bit of smart here, let him dive in, quick little RB touch there to knock it past him, and then I hit it near post. And that was a beautiful goal that used the CDMs, used the runs in behind, and then used an intelligent run from one of my outside cams to get inside to create a nice goal. We are now going to look at some clips of the 4-4-2 in action, how I defend with it, how it's so good for counter-attacking, and some of the patterns I use for it. Okay, here we're going to look at some clips from a Division Rivals game I played last night. So I'm playing at like 2100 skill rating. These clips are going to show a mix of the defensive structure of this formation, how are you defending it, where the players will be, and then more importantly, how are you counter-attacking it, the patterns you get in this, and why it's such a good formation. So you can see here, we're defending, and here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different men in the box. So the centre mids get back. The right mid and left mid, if you put them on comeback on defence, you can get them there, get him there. But obviously at the moment, I have them on basic defence as well. It helps a bit with counter-attacks and pressing a bit, but if you struggle with defending, just bring them and come back on defence. But you can see here how good it's for counter-attack. I like to ideally use the offside trap every so often to push up so I don't get too deep. Makes it harder for them to attack. And then control my CDM. See there, I control the middle bit. Got unlucky there, the ball went back to him. Stepped up with Varane, got the ball. And then from here, you do quick counter-attack. Straight out to the winger. I do a 1-2 in the midfield. And you can see here, a little scoop turn, just how quick the counter-attack is. I've gone from defending on the edge of my box 5 seconds ago to having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against 6. A 5v6 counter is a pretty good opportunity. Here I get a bit lucky, like, that was a bad touch. I should have done a running fake shot. But Garincha being very good, works still. But this is what I'm talking about. The midfielder's there. Left mid's pulled the right back out there, so the right back can't get in there. And then from there, I mean, we'll watch that back again, because sometimes when I pause out here, the software just goes a bit dodgy. Get a bit lucky there. But then, nice pass by Garincha. Great touch by CR7 and pass. And then the AI is so much better this year that it makes the two up front even better because they just make good runs off each other. Quick pass there, quick finish there. Nice, easy goal that gets me off to a great start in this game. One of the issues you can occasionally have in the 4-4-2 is that you're a bit vulnerable to counter-attack sometimes. So I try to do my absolute best to be very careful about not getting caught out and just doing stupid defending, basically. The two CDMs, or centre mids, depending on which variation you're playing, I was playing the centre mid variation here. If the centre mids, they don't drop back quick enough. If the CDMs, they drop back a bit more, but then you don't get as much in the attack. So you have to find the balance of which one works for you better. But as a flat back four, you always have the security of having basically one man to mark pretty much each of the attackers. If you get caught in the counter, it's the key is to time when to dive in, when to not. Because on this FIFA, with better AI runs, you don't want to give them loads of time, basically, to pick out a pass. And then here, this is where the formation thrives, the quick counter-attack. One of the things that really works well in this formation is quick 1-2s. So just getting a quick one here. Ronaldo's going to make the run in behind, and this is just a really good way to exploit defences. You can see Ronaldo makes a great run straight away. Very nice pass by Garincha. And there, I looked to do the through ball, but I saw he switched, and I was pretty confident he was going to go up there. It's just a hunch. And then I go here, and Ronaldo was always going to have enough to beat them, and it would have been a penalty if this didn't work anyway. Square it. Nice, easy tap in. Again, the benefit of having two strikers. You saw there, again, another goal where we've turned defending into a goal in about 10 seconds. Okay, this clip here is going to show one of the most just ridiculous broken ways of scoring on a FIFA I've seen. Maybe not quite as broken as some of the ways on FIFA 19, but yeah, this cross is crazy. I can't imagine this cross will survive the next patch or two. It's got to get patched, it's just crazy. It's the driven cross, that is RB and X or R1 and square on PlayStation. And it is literally, if you get into the position that I'll show you in this video, and you press these buttons, it doesn't matter if you're playing the cross with someone with one crossing and one weak foot, it'll work. You do need to have assisted crossing on, so definitely change that in your settings. But yeah, watch how I cross it. You can see here again the 4-4-2, very nice counter attack. There, Balak spreading the ball out. I go there backwards with Garincha, quick 1-2. There, Garincha there with the 1-2, especially with the AI movement this year. It's just so easy there. And if you have some good playmakers, you can make some crazy through balls on this year's game. And then there, now this position, you can't see it properly because of my webcam covering it, but you basically want it to be that there's no one in between the crosser and these men. So if you men get in front of the defence, you do this cross. Obviously, he could have blocked it, but I saw him slide, so I just lifted it over him. But let's imagine that defender's not there, because this does open up quite a lot in games. You do lots of power on the R1 square cross, and watch what happens. It just locks on. That is so fast. And then you don't even aim the shot. You just press shoot, and it just seems to fly in. Weak foot volleys, crazy finishes. It is an insane technique of scoring, and it's guaranteed goals at this point. I'm fairly certain it will be there still on the first weekend league. It could be patched before, but EA don't really give us warning about patches. But it's great in the 4-4-2 as well. The 4-4-2 is so good for it. And even if it does get patched, crossing is still really good on this game, especially once you get good at manual heading. And those type of positions will open up quite a bit, and you'll get lots of chances to cross. So the 4-4-2 is really good for that as well. Boys, I hope this video has helped you. Hope you've been able to see how the 4-4-2 is such a good formation, because it can be good defensively, but it's also amazing at counter-attack and using the pace, which is so key in FIFA 21. I appreciate you watching this video. Let me know if there's any other formations, tactics videos, tutorials, player reviews, squads, etc. that you want me to do. Make sure you check out my Twitch stream. I appreciate you all. Hope you're having a great time on FIFA 21. I'll see you in the next one. For the next tactic part, we're going to look at the 4-2-3-1-2, my ultra defensive tactic, what I use to see a game out when people are trying to chase a game against me, they're playing very attacking, trying to get back into the game, or pressing me hard. I'm going to show you almost a minute-long clip of how I defend with it and how good it is at soaking up pressure. Okay, this video here is a clip of the 4-2-3-1-2, using it in my ultra defensive tactic. Excuse the Twitch stuff at the bottom. That's my panels. They seem to mess up a bit there. But yeah, make sure you check out my Twitch, by the way. But here, we're going to be defending for nearly a minute here, and watch how solid it is. You can see other than the strikers, so CR7 stays forward there. We want him to stay forward, so if we win the ball, we've got a counter-attack. Just look at how compact this is. This space here, I've got all these men. It is so hard for my opponent to break me down. I give a bit of space out wide, but everything's covered in the middle, and then I can quickly switch and cover it. Tackle him there, get pretty unlucky, but that's FIFA 21 for you. Okay, lots of men here still. You can see it's very compact, very hard to break down. The middle in particular is covered so well. Just lots of switching. I have side trap every so often in this formation, just to make sure that I don't sit too deep almost and make it too easy. See there, he nearly gets in, but then I switch and I've still got the men around. Very hard to be broken down. And again, hard to break down. Blocks in the box are crazy. So if you can basically make sure that people don't get through your defence, ignore the cone, don't get through your defence, and as in getting behind, it's going to be very hard, because even if they turn you in the box, blocks are OP, so that formation's great for seeing out a game. Boys, I was trying to find some clips of the 4-4-2 ultra attacking. I looked through my last two streams for quite a while, and I wasn't able to find them, and I unfortunately left the video. I've made 3 videos today, so unfortunately left it a bit late to find the clips for this, and I couldn't find them. The game, unfortunately, where I got 4 goals in 15 minutes with it, was when I played off stream last night. Trust me though, try that 4-4-2 out yourself when you're losing, and you'll instantly see how it works. Simply put, just run at them, get aggressive, the team will do a lot for you, and you just have to attack very quick with it. Boys, I hope this tactics video has helped you. I really put a lot of effort into my tactics, experimenting. I will never release anything that isn't ready. I could have released stuff earlier, but I want to try and test everything first. I'm pretty certain the weekend league ready, but we haven't had a weekend league. Let me know how you get on with them, boys. I've had lots of compliments about my tactics already this year and the previous FIFAs. Lots of people say they tried and trusted my tactics. Let me know how you get on. I hope weekend league goes well for you, and I hope to see you in one of my streams this weekend. Have a great evening. Don't forget to subscribe.